How's it going, guys? Lots to look forward to this weekend before I get into this live stream. I'm looking forward to the boxing. We've got some big fights on. I hope you guys had a good day and you're also looking forward to the weekend as well. So, 9 ways to change your life as a man or young man or older guy when you're suffering with anxiety or social anxiety. What I done today was I had a coaching session with a client that was very positive, really great. And I often do this in my own time. I go away, I practice gratitude every day, and that's one of the 9 ways. And I make a lot of notes now. I do a lot of writing on things that I know that work, that will help you with your confidence in all areas of life, that will change your life, that will lessen your anxiety. And I write them down. And for those of you that have never met me before, I've been coaching now for almost 11 years. I know it's a shock because you're probably thinking, how does he look so young? He's been teaching for over a decade. And I'll tell you my secret. Nivea cream for men. I eat a lot of fish, a lot of salmon and veg. And I hit the punch bag. I do some weights. I go swimming. And that's why I look as young as I do. I'm kind of joking a bit, but being serious. So, yeah, I make notes and things that work in my life, that continue to work, and things that work for other people, especially my clients. So I wrote them down today, and you can try these for yourself and see the results you get if you want to, obviously, right? And it's in no chronological order, but I just wrote them down in the order that they come to me, and I really thought about these things and went over actually experiencing these in my life and how they change you. By the way, guys, if you got any questions, I love the questions. Put them in the box, and if I can answer the questions, I will. If I can't answer the questions because I don't have the answer, then I won't. And for any reason, if I don't want to answer the questions because it's negative or it's personal, then I'm not going to answer the question, right? I'm a fair person, but I'm straight to the point. Good to see you, Eddie. Right. So, the first thing that a man needs to change his life, especially when he's suffering with anxiety or social anxiety, is goal setting. You need the right goals, and I've wrote this down here. This has been true. You must set a goal or several goals that excite you beyond your fears and insecurities. And often people don't set the right goals. They don't set the right goals because they're scared to. Sometimes people don't know what their goals are. Most of it comes from fear, confusion, and a lack of focus. So when you set the right goal, like I said, and the right goal has to be right for you. My goal might not be of any interest to you, but so the goal, it's not about what other people think, it's about what's important to you. So the idea is, when you've got the right goal, you'll be so driven to achieve that goal that it will make you face your fears. Because really, goal setting, this is what I do in my confidence coaching for my clients, and I do it for me because it works. Goal setting is about setting the right goals that motivate you to face your fears, because you can't achieve your goals in life without facing your fears. It's impossible, even though some people might not realize that. And I learned that through experience. You can't achieve your goals in your life without having to confront your fears and your insecurities, which is a positive thing depending on how you view it. So, goal setting is the first thing that a person needs to change their life when they've got anxiety or social anxiety. And they've got to set the right goal. And that's why and I'm going to come to a point in a minute. That's why it's so important to have a coach or a mentor, someone that has got the experience and the wisdom and the know-how that maybe you're searching for, or that can just help you to help yourself to establish the right goals. The second one, which is kind of joint with goal setting, is motivation. You need motivation if you want to change your life. Without motivation, nothing's going to get done. Now, if you set the right goals, goal or goals, that will naturally give you motivation because it's a relationship. If you set the right goals and you're so passionate about achieving them and it means everything to you, you've already accessed motivation. Motivation is important, and motivation comes from setting the right goals for you, also known as having the right reasons. You often hear people who win world titles in boxing and they say, what does this mean to you? Or, did you know when you were younger you was going to become a world champion? And they often say things like, it meant everything to me. And I know and usually people come through some struggle in their life, and the struggle usually motivates people to want to change and prove the doubters wrong. So goal setting, the right goals that are right for you or right goal, motivation is really about having your own personal reason as to why you want to succeed and you want to face your fears and you want to accomplish your goals. And just to let you guys know, the things that I've just said today with the right goals and the motivation, they give you confidence. So the very nature of setting goals increases confidence and self-esteem. Obviously, the opposite also applies. People who generally don't have goals in life lack motivation, discipline, confidence, and self-esteem, right? In For the most part. The third one, in order to change your life, is you've got to take practical action. You must take practical action on your goals consistently. Without action, nothing's going to get achieved. You can't just sit down and just have wishful thinking. I mean, in some areas you can, but in this area, that's not going to work in my experience. It's going to be very limited. So, of course, you've got to take action. Let me give you a really simple example. So let's say your goal is to lose 20 pounds in weight. Your goal is to lose 20 pounds. And your motivation to lose the 20 pounds is you want to overcome the trauma of being bullied when you were younger. And I was just thinking for some reason of David Benavides, who is a boxer who's fighting on Saturday. He's got a great story, and he was overweight when he was younger. And the kids teased him and they bullied him and they made fun of him, took the piss out of him. Now, he turned his life around. He became a champion boxer. Obviously, he's made good money and he's lost the weight. He's in great shape. And his motivation was to prove the doubters wrong, prove himself right. But he had to take action to do that. So it's the same applying for anything. If you want to be successful in life, you've got to take the action at some point. And obviously, you've got to believe in yourself. So I've covered three things: goal setting, motivation, practical action. Now, the fourth one, which is gratitude. I honestly believe if you want to change your life, you've got to practice gratitude. There's many ways of doing it. For me, gratitude starts off by just practicing what I would call emotional gratitude every day. And that's where every single day you take a minute out of your day, or longer if you want, to find something that you're grateful for. It's a great practice. Some people overlook it. They think, oh, it's not going to work. Believe me, it works. Could be anything: health, family. One of my practices, I've got many ways that I practice gratitude, but a simple way is that I'm very grateful. I look forward to having a coffee each day, going to the coffee shop, and the fact that I'm able to get a coffee. Yeah, thankful for the small things. And then I'm grateful for, doing what I love, clients, being able to use the gym. So the practice of gratitude, it will just transform you. But obviously, you've got to work at it. And as I said, emotional gratitude is not just where you're just going, yeah, I'm grateful, but you don't really mean it. You have to feel the emotions. And usually at the start, people can't feel the emotions because they're a bit blocked and traumatized. And I went through that stage. So you got to, maybe you start intellectually saying, I am grateful for food. I am grateful that I've got a place to stay. I'm grateful that I've got goals. Yeah, positive attitude. And over time, you'll see it play out. It will improve you everywhere. So we've covered goal setting, motivation, practical action, gratitude. That's four. Number five, I've written down here, confidence coach, or it could be a mentor, teacher. You must invest in mentors if you want to be successful and change your life. because mentors and teachers and coaches will give you the wisdom that you need, and they'll also provide you with the mental and emotional support. And obviously, you're doing that now by having me as a mentor coming onto my live stream. But I would encourage people to actually invest in a paid mentorship, because I've always found through experience that people that invest financially in mentors, they always go on and succeed more, and they make more money as a result. And I've done that. I've invested in paid mentors, and obviously I will say to people, well, if you haven't got the money, then you can appreciate and you can take advantage of the free mentorship. There's so much free mentorship today in the world, but I would invest if you could, because you're going to get a great return on your investment. So teachers and coaches are important. They play an important role, because a lot of the times people just don't have the mental strength to do it on their own. We all need help and support, and that's being strong. Okay, so I've gone through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, moving on to the sixth one, fitness and dieting. Can't leave these out if you want to change your life, especially with this anxiety challenge that most people on the channel are facing. You must exercise and eat healthily consistently. Again, start off small, take one step at a time. I've done many videos. I upload clips all the time of my training to inspire people on my Instagram, on the YouTube channel. I put the shorts up. So keep it simple to begin with. Find an exercise. Look, let me make it very simple for people. You don't have to go to the gym if you don't want to go gym and you just really don't want to go. You can start training in your living room or your bedroom. Start doing push-ups, sit-ups. Just go for a walk in the park, go for a run. Obviously, for people that want to step it up, go gym. Find a routine that works for you. As long as you're exercising and you are, working on your cardiovascular, because you're going to improve your mental health, your well-being, and it's life-changing. And just start working on eating a bit more healthy. And so this is all about today. I'm giving you the basics, the fundamentals to master. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So moving on to number 7, which is socializing. You must socialize on a regular basis with friends, family, new people. Now, I'm not saying that you got to socialize every single day. I'm not saying that, but you got to socialize regularly. It's so important. It's probably more important than all the other things that I've outlined. Obviously, for obvious reasons. I'm sure most of you know the reasons why. You don't need me to explain, but if you do need me to explain, I'm happy to do so and give you my experience perspective. So moving on to the next one is discipline. You need discipline in your life. You must build discipline in your life by first starting with the simple things. I've given an example here for people that might be confused how they can get started if they're overwhelmed. The most simple way to start practicing discipline that I've found is cleaning your apartment or wherever you're living, whether it's a shared accommodation, your family, a campus. I don't care if you're sleeping on your friend's settee. Make sure wherever you rest your head and sleep, you clean your surroundings. It's self-respect for others. It builds discipline, integrity, character, and it spreads into every aspect of your life. That's really important. Now, that's a simple way of building discipline. A more advanced way of building discipline is by conquering your negative addictions. Example, for people, cutting out junk food or anything negative in your life, you can work on that. Last but not least, which is probably the most powerful thing to be, the best person you can be and change your life, giving value. Give value to others, and the most easiest way you can do that is to be kind to other people on a consistent basis. It will change your life. It really will. Another example in terms of business, keep giving value. And I say it to all my clients. I'm coaching a client at the moment in business, and it's not the only thing that I help him with. I help him with many things, confidence mainly, but I was helping him to improve his finances in his business. And I said to him, if you keep being honest and giving value to people, you're going to attract more money in your business. And it's already started happening to him. He's already, free paid clients already because of practicing these good ethics, and he's giving massive value and helping people. So, wow, that was quick. So there are 9 ways. There are 9 ways that if you apply these 9 ways, it will change your life, it will transform your life. I'll just quickly go over them. So, in no chronological order, you can do them in whatever order you care to do them. Goal setting, number 1. Motivation, number 2. Taking action, number 3. Gratitude, 4. Investing in a confidence coach or a mentor. Fitness and dieting, socializing, discipline, giving value. There's not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 9. So they're the 9 ways. And within each of those 9 ways that I've gone through today, obviously I've just simplified it because I don't want to overwhelm people and complicate things too much. Once you start to master the basics, you can go more advanced with the goal setting with all them, the action, the gratitude, discipline. And the more you master these things, the more your life is going to change. And if you go through these and really think about it, anybody that's practicing these values and ethics and disciplines is going to have a good character. Is going to have a great, in whatever walk of life you want to succeed in. It doesn't really matter. These are all the characteristics, the mindsets, the attitude, the disciplines that I've learned through the almost 11 years that I've been coaching people, and also the 20 years that I've been in this world of self-improvement, if you want to call it that, conquering fear, building confidence. So I speak from personal experience, not from textbooks. And I'll say it again, because where a lot of people get stuck, they get scared, they get overwhelmed, they don't initially believe in themselves. So that's where you got to start really small to begin with. Starting small would be the most intelligent thing anyone who's listening can do, because what that will do is that will simplifies the action that you got to take. It will lessen the fear and the anxiety of failing and succeeding and responsibility and coming outside your comfort zone, and it will build your confidence. So you do it gradually. You can start off by practicing each of the 9 things one at a time, and then going from there. I also wrote another thing out here, which I'll go over this, and we'll end this stream soon. I'm going to keep it brief. And this is gratitude builds confidence. So I've basically gone into more detail because that was kind of what I learned today from coaching a client and just going over things that I've been learning from training and dieting and fasting, many of my experiences in real life. Right. So how to practice gratitude, live it, and get the confidence and the success from it. Most people always complain about what they don't have, but they never celebrate and appreciate what they do have. People who constantly complain about what they don't have always create unhappiness and resentment towards themselves, sometimes even others. People who are grateful for what they have always attract more success in their life. So the lesson is, what I've learned, a lesson to everyone: stop complaining and start appreciating the things that you do have in your life right now. Now, this isn't an easy habit to build to begin with, especially if you've been complaining for the last 20 years about what you don't have. However, the good news is you can successfully build this habit and characteristic if you're committed to learning and doing so. This takes self-awareness and self-discipline. You can start off by practicing this simple exercise every day you wake up. I kind of went into it earlier. Ask yourself, what is the one thing that you're excited about doing in your day, or the one thing that you're grateful for? I do both. It could be as simple as being excited and grateful that you can go to Starbucks coffee and have a coffee with a friend or at work. Once you get into the habit of focusing on the things that you do have in your life, you're no longer going to be obsessing over the things that you don't have. funny enough, this practice will actually massively increase your chance of attracting the things you want. So basically, what it's saying is the life lesson I've experienced this so many times, and other people have, clients, friends. When you're grateful for what you've got in your life and you appreciate it, you will naturally attract things that you want in your life that you don't have, because your mindset is more positive, more confident. You're just more appreciative. But if you're ungrateful and you're moaning and complaining all the time about what you don't have and being miserable and unhappy, it's just going to block those things. So there are laws in the universe, there are laws in life. There is a law in this world that apply, and a lot of people, a lot of the time, they don't understand the laws, and that's why they consistently are in the same pattern all the time, and they're not getting anywhere. They're just going in circles. So that's the power of gratitude applied, practiced, and internalized in your character and your whole being. Oh, great! I made some notes here. I'm going to read all this out. I want to make a point of saying most of this stuff is simple, but it takes courage to apply it. Most people are they know this is true. It will resonate. Even people who don't have to understand every single lesson I've gone through, every word, something in them, their instincts, their intuition, their own intelligence, they'll know this is the truth in this area. So how to stop being desperate to get the things that you want from other people. This is a social anxiety related issue. I digress. I read on. Okay. Well, to begin with, the way that you stop being desperate to get things from other people. Yeah, that's it, Eddie. The first way is you really got to work on giving yourself what you need. And the way that you do that is by building confidence. The next question some of you are probably asking is, how do you build self confidence? I've got the answers. There's many ways in no chronological order. The first way that a person goes about building confidence is by first building discipline. One of the many ways in which you can build discipline and confidence is by fasting, and that means you can do some fasting with food. I'm not saying to starve yourself and don't eat; that's extreme. But you can um, cut down on junk food or do some intermittent fasting. This is what I do, where I don't eat some days for all the way up until I get up in the morning. I don't eat till 8 o'clock in the evening. This builds character, mental toughness, confidence, makes you less desperate to get validation from other people. The next way you can build confidence is by setting goals that inspire you to achieve them. And I talked about that earlier. Another way that you can build confidence is by having good mentors and people around you. Another way is by being a good person and having good character. Another way you can build self confidence and really lessen that desperation and need to get approval from others, love, acceptance, whatever else that you seek in status, validation, um, social gain, financial, whatever it may be, is by facing the things that scare you, facing your fears. I talk a lot about that on the channel, right? As you guys know. Another great way is by educating yourself, but not just through reading books and intellectualization and memorizing and paraphrasing, but actually through new experiences. Another way that you can build self-confidence and be less desperate or in need of things from other people is by dieting and exercising regularly, living a healthy lifestyle. One of the great exercises that you can do for that is boxing training or swimming or going for a run or weight training or other exercises. The more discipline you build, the less desperate you become to need things from others, because you give it to yourself through this discipline, through these experiences, through the hardship of positive suffering and growing and improving. The less you seek things from others, the more people are inclined to give you the things that you want anyway. I've found that in human psychology. When we're desperate for things and forcing things, it tends to not work out. So obviously, it's obvious to me, it's about getting a healthy balance of, it's okay to want things, but you can want things without being so desperate to get them. And that is a healthy balance. And that's part of being confident and changing your life. This can be summed up in 10,000 words or one word. I'll use one word to simplify this principle, and the word is confidence, all in this category. The more confidence you have in who you are as a person, the more you attract success and fantastic opportunities for yourself. Giving value to other people is probably the most powerful way to increase your sense of self-worthiness and value. The more value you give to others, the less desperate you become to have your needs met. The joy, the connection to yourself and others, the gratitude will eliminate feelings of hopelessness and desperation and neediness. This principle is true across all human relationships: business, dating, work, family, friends, etc. Attracting your ideal relationship will definitely come easier when you're not desperate to attract someone in your life, etc. In most cases, desperation and severe loneliness and neediness comes from an individual not facing their own fears consistently, along with these factors, bullet points: not having a purpose in your life, not living from your values out of fear of what other people will judge you on, not taking enough responsibility, not being present, not being grateful for the things that you do have, being too selfish, thinking negatively all the time, not letting go of the past, not being honest enough in your communication, not being yourself consistently, not being kind to others, and not doing the obvious things like exercising on a regular basis, eating a more healthy and balanced diet, socializing, not learning and growing as a person, not having the courage to work on your weaknesses and to strengthen them. All the above is what I coach my committed clients to do on my 1-year confidence program and all my coaching programs. Committing to something for 1 year will transform your anxiety and desperation into confidence and success. So I'm 100% certain and confident that anybody that's listening to this talk who will eventually hear it on YouTube, who wants to change and improve their life, this is going to give them so much value, because this changed my life before I got into the business of changing other people's lives and coaching. And I learned some of these great lessons and principles from Les Brown, who impacted my life and changed my life at a time where I was unreachable, and he was able to reach me with his story, with his teachings, of his honesty, at a time when I most needed the help and the wisdom. So, changing your life and improving yourself on many levels, and I think it takes people to go through a certain amount of suffering to realize this, is also about what can you give back. Because if it's just about yourself only, you're going to suffer, and you're going to be miserable, and you're going to be resentful and angry and bitter, and you're not going to be happy in your life. And I've tried that, it doesn't work. So, of course, there is a healthy element of selfishness, which every person has to look after themselves, obviously, but there's a balance in everything. And the right balance by living this and experiencing. Of course, We all make mistakes. Sometimes, we fall into anxiety, desperation, but you've got the intelligence and the awareness to know when you're out of balance and how to get yourself back into that place. And a great way to do that is gratitude, relationships, communication, and gym and exercise and having goals in life. So, the more I go over and teach these things, the more simple it becomes through understanding, not just understanding by hearing and reading and just repeating, but by living it, applying it, and having the experience of trying these things and living them and getting results and making progress. Yeah, Les Brown is brilliant. Well grateful for the value that he gave me years ago that I'm still benefiting from now to this day. And that's the power of being kind and sharing your story of others and teaching and passing on wisdom. I'm happy to answer questions, guys. Try and keep your questions relevant to the talk. Sorry, you're spelling at the end there, Johnny. I don't. Thanks, Johnny. You're welcome as well, Johnny. Do you think boxing gave you um, is that confidence? Because you've written it short there. Did you mean confidence? Did boxing give me confidence? If that's what you're asking me, 100%. I don't even think it did. I'm certain that it did. It gave me confidence, and it still does. What's up, Eddie? Yes, yep. You're a mind reader. I will be going gym tomorrow, Eddie. I'm having the day off today to recover because I've been in the gym every day, and um, I come back from work today. I did a good coaching session with a client, so just enjoying the rest of the day today. What about you? Oh, you're welcome, Johnny. Boxing will give anyone confidence. Boxing's amazing, and it doesn't discriminate. Anyone can learn and gain confidence from it, and they don't have to, they don't have to fight or be a boxer. Just do the training, just do the exercising. Yeah, I appreciate all of you guys. I always appreciate you for coming on the channel, supporting, sharing, and giving me the opportunity to help you, teach you, pass on the confidence coaching that I've learned and that I do for my clients. Videos as well. I've been doing these streams lately because they're great to come on and help people more. People that when you're online, but I'll be doing a lot of YouTube videos, more professional videos on these different subjects of confidence coaching, of motivation, goal setting, success, overcoming anxiety, etc. Regarding the Fury, I don't really agree. I think Fury's getting a lot of unnecessary criticism, but I know everyone's got their opinion, and I respect your opinion, Eddie, but I don't agree on it. I think people are quick to judge and lash out when they don't really know all the situation. We don't really know for sure what's going on business wise. It's only what it says online. But Fury and Usyk are both great fighters. I'm fans of both. I'm more of a Fury fan, but Usyk's fantastic. Got a great character, great mindset. So yeah, hopefully the fight does happen. I'd love to see it. I was saying to a client today, and I know it's not easy because no one's perfect, but he asked me my opinion on someone. I'm not going to say the person's name. And one of my practices that I really try and practice not speaking bad about people, especially when I don't know them, when I wouldn't, especially if I wouldn't say it to their face. So I said to him, well, I'm not going to talk about this person that you've asked me about because I don't have an opinion because I don't know them. And I just don't want to speak negatively about people because it's going to affect our session. It's not great character. I know everyone does it from time to time because we're human and we judge, and we know that it's not great doing that because when you judge other people too harshly, you judge yourself as well. Then you feel depressed. Of course, you can have an opinion though. We can say, well, I like that person. That person's not for me. But generally, I really do practice as much as I can. And I said this to a client: if I speak about someone, especially I try and set an example on my platform. I saw an example of great character, speaking about character, and I like him a lot. I love David Goggins. And someone asked David Goggins a question about another person, what they thought about this person. And Goggins responded with great character. And he said, I'm not going to speak on this person because I don't know them. I've never met them. I've heard about them, but I'm not going to speak on them. And I thought that is an example of great character because most people are very quick to judge and start saying things when they don't even know the person, they don't know the facts. And that's part of human nature. But if you want to be better, you got to improve these things. You really have to, because a simple exercise right now, right? Just try it. Just say good things about someone, your family member, your friend, or yourself, and experience how good that feels. Now, say bad things about someone or talk bad about someone or your friend behind his back and see how negative that makes you feel. Maybe it makes you feel good for a few minutes because it's like you're feeding your addiction that need to talk about people and gossip. But if you keep doing that, it's going to ruin your life. Do you know what? You guys have inspired me. I'm going to make a video about that because it's probably one of the most challenging practices, which is why I love it. One of my mentors, Jeff, speaks about that a lot. He really inspired me with that, and he often says, just try and practice going one whole day without judging people and without speaking bad about your friends behind their back, because most people do it every day and they're not aware of it, and then they wonder why they don't enjoy their life. They haven't got confidence. They're depressed. They feel miserable, bitter. Most of society, not all, is doing that because people are miserable and unhappy and they're not conscious. And of course, I've done it myself. We've all done it. Everyone has done this at some point, and it doesn't make me feel good. And I've definitely got much better at reducing um, judging other people and talking about people in a negative way, especially when you don't know the person, when you've never met them. You might have seen them online, or because other people have said things about them, but you don't actually know if it's true or not. Honestly, man, it makes a big difference to your character. I was talking to my friend on Instagram. We talk a lot. He's one of my long-term good clients, and we're good friends. He's from America, and I will not say his name because he doesn't want his name mentioned publicly, right? Which I respect. But the guy is one of the best people I've met at Gratitude. When he come to London, and I work with him, and I would coach him for we spend like 9 days together. He would do my paid coaching, and outside of that, we'd go theatre, cinema. We had like a very good friendship. And everywhere we went out, I noticed something about his character that I loved, and I still love it about him. That I've I've I haven't met many people who are so got. He just was such good manners to everyone that he spoke to. He's just a really like grateful person to be around. Like if we was in a coffee shop, whether it's a woman serving us, guys, it just was pleasant to everyone, and it's lovely to be around someone that's like that. Um, and we were just speaking about people that we liked. We were speaking in gratitude, and I feel great when I finish the conversation with him because we're not talking bad about people. We're not putting people down. So something that you can really work at and improve on. Again, I'm not saying that you can't have your opinion, but you can have your opinion without being so negative and critical. Because again, I think we all know this and we forget. If we judge people really harshly, we're judging ourselves and then we feel like crap. So yeah, as my mentor Jeff would say, that is an advanced spiritual practice that most people um, fail at. And even when you get really good at it, from time to time, you're going to slip up, right? Because none of us are perfect, myself included. But that's not an excuse to not be way better than what we are. We all got great ability to do great things and to have good character. So I've gotten really good at it over the years from practice, but I used to suck at it as well. I used to be a negative person and talk negative about people because at that time, I had low self-esteem and wasn't in a great place in myself and my life. And I started to realize and learn these things from great men like Les Brown, meeting new people. Boxing helps you to have more respect for people. So yeah, I'm glad that you guys um, have kind of brought me onto this topic because I'm going to talk about it more on the channel and how it can affect every area of your life in either a positive way or negative way. It definitely is, man. It definitely is. But I always find it exciting to get good at things that are really challenging for everybody that most people wouldn't even think about. So we're kind of blessed, Eddie, that we're open minded enough to even question these things and think, I want to improve that. Will you be watching the David Benavides Caleb Plant fight, Eddie, on Saturday in America? I'm going to be watching that. I'm going to stay up for that. Can't wait. Don't know who's going to win. They're both really good fighters, and it's really hard for me because I like both of them. So I don't know who I'm rooting for because they're both. I like them both. So it's really hard. Just have to see, if the best man wins. It's gonna be a great fight. Yeah, I'll practice some gratitude now, right? But one of the things I am really grateful for is every time I do these streams, and my intentions are to help more and more people. I learn from you guys. Like you guys will bring up certain topics, and it will give me more material to make more videos of things that will help people, or things that people are struggling with, or things that people are doing well with, or topics, or different things that I don't always think of, or or might not have realized people want me to help them with a certain thing. So um, always learning and growing. Oh, great. You're going to watch the highlights the next day, yeah? Where are you from, Eddie? So you're in, you in living in England, London. A lot of people on this channel from different parts of the world, a lot of people from the US. So I ask sometimes, I don't know where people are from. I'm fascinated. Oh, Ireland. Yeah, yeah, I got it. I got it. Oh, awesome, man. Right, we're coming to that sweet time, guys. I think it's that'll be it today. It was keeping it more brief. Still got through about 45 minutes. Really enjoyed talking to you as always. I'll be doing a lot more video streams. I've got some events coming up. I'm going to relax also over the weekend, do a bit of recovering from the gym and just chilling out. And now I'll watch some people on YouTube and have a great day. So yeah, thanks for coming on the stream. And I'm excited for people to practice these 9 ways to improve your life, or choose the ones that you can do for now. And I'll speak to you guys soon. All right. I'm going to enjoy the boxing this weekend. Awesome, guys.